Map number 1 in the second semifinal. Inting for Ruby, they took out the Bang Bush in the previous round, made it to the semifinal, and now they go up against Team Copium. Big plays! Really nice for Inting for Ruby. This is actually great. If they can now move on to the grand final even and decide this one in their favor, that would be pretty crazy. So let's see if they can. Because crazy in the sense that they would get a lot of points for that. So what they're aiming for here. Slight adjustment also in their lineup here. But Team Copium, they've surprised in the past. They now go with mod check here today. So the premium sub for all the teams is on board for this one. And so is Nano, who of course was also in France playing for the boys. The Bishop's replacement in France, but now back online, back after the Masters Clash finished. And we are here at the X Cup Summer. It's qualifier number 7, so we got a few left, not all that many. In total we have 10 qualifiers, and the teams can gather points as they progress through the tournament bracket for the ranking. All of those points added together will make the final version of the ranking at the end of the 10 qualifiers, and the top 8 then will be qualified for those playoffs. When we have the best of 5 matches, the double elimination bracket, and so on and so forth. So Kerrigan gets banned right away. No Uther ban though, so there's actually a chance that they're gonna go for the Uther main tank again. Fish loves to play Uther main tank, so they have an opportunity to do that. They took Mindhawk's Kerrigan away, and they removed Junkrat here in Infernal Shrines, but they left the Lightbringer up. So, already interesting. Could already happen. Unless, of course, they're deciding that they need also a bit more wave clear on their front line and go for something like Johanna or whatever. But yeah, first we got Team Copium with Hoggar. Okay, so they're already coping hard here. Hoggar for the shrine attacks. And he has the moment of truth. No Uther just yet. No. We go Blaze and Hanzo. Also 2 very good picks here for them. By the way, Mephisto was banned against Modjek. Modjek started his career as a Mephisto one-trick, more or less. And then his Hanzo is these days also a bit notorious. So this is a targeted ban against him. Making sure that he can't get that. Jojo and Brightwing. Okay, we got Johanna in the house. Already claimed by Team Copium. Are they banning Uther? With Fish you never know. On some of the maps, you know, you just look at it and it's like, yeah, probably doesn't really fit properly here. But then at the same time, do you really want to risk it? And they love to play that particular style. But usually they pick him early. And in this case, they didn't. So, what gets banned against Copium first? Both of their damage dealers are still missing, so they're definitely banning damage. And they're getting rid of Falstad, okay. So any kind of Gust shenanigans is already out the window. And no control over the side lane with the global. Sergeant Hammer gets banned. Yeah, this is becoming more and more of a thing. Not only against teams like Oxygen, against the Hardos, but also against everybody else here. Next 2 picks. Mind Talk, I mean, he could play Maiev. If they really wanted to go into something similar to Kerrigan, they could try and use Maiev to get at least some tethers in and a bit more damage. He has the cleave on the shrine as well. So that's another big one that he could execute here. And that would really be helped by 2 supports too. But they go for a bit of a different setup this time. They go into Tyrael and they got Ana. And the second I see Ana, I'm already a little bit suspicious of what they're going to do with Mind Talk. Ana? What are you going to try to do with that nano boost? Or are we going to get just simply Eye of Horus again? So, yep. Last 2 picks for the red team. What's it going to be? Yeah, we get Cassia Gul'dan. Alright, time for some Fel. Gul'dan for all the AoE, also Horrifies, can now be used too. And if you can interrupt Tyrael plays or Blaze plays with a good Horrify, then that will likely decide the team fight in your favor. So, with that said and done, Mind Talk, our final pick for map number 1 in the best of 3 series, as we're headed for Infernal Shrines here at the X Cup qualifier number 7. What's it gonna be? Malthael, nano boosted Malthael. I'm actually even more surprised that they didn't go for Uther if that was their plan. If you go Divine Shield, Malthael with Tormented Souls and then another boost from Ana, that's a terrifying combo in the shrine that we've seen in the past. But in this case, I guess they're opting instead for the Sanctification, but I suppose that Malthael still has a high chance of going Tormented Souls. Either way, let's go. Infernal Shrines, map number 1 in the second semi. Inting for Ruby on the left side with Gulnar on Anna. We got Fish on Tyrael. We got Bloodcool on Hanzo, Mindtalk on Blaze, and Baby Houdini on Malthael. Right side of the map with Caspar on Hogga, Guilty Spark on Brightwing. Anyone is playing Johanna. We got Modchek on Cassia and Nano on Gul'dan. Alright, so we got the boy back to business. It's Gul'dan time. Rain of Vengeance. Let it rain. Go all out on the RNG, baby. Nothing more fun, by the way, than when you're playing Brawl and you have multiple Gul'dans on one side and they all go Rain of RNG. You can just carpet entire areas of the screen and make it a massive death zone. It's insanely funny. Not really something that you're going to see in a competitive environment in actual Heroes of the Storm tournament games. But hey, honorably mentioned just in case, simply because it's fun. But alright, let's see what the teams can pull off here. Who's taking the lead in this? Team Copium had some very, very nice games in previous qualifiers, but they're still a bit of a wild card. It feels like they're not really as consistent as other teams are. Inting for Ruby already with a big victory in the previous round against Bang Bush, as I said earlier. So that's a big one in their favor. But the rotation is happening. Mid lane, bot lane. That's what they're currently looking for. Ana with the sleep darts here, time and time again. And the teams at the 1 minute mark are starting to go for their own camps here. So Gul'dan with a little bit of pew pew pew, as the red team is not really making too big of a play for that. Why is Brightwing heading back? Because we have somebody dropped. Alright, pause incoming in 3, 2, 1. No? Why are they... There we go. I was just about to say, why are you continuing to play? I mean, the second I saw the Hearth, I was already... This is just strange. But yeah, somebody dropped there. But that was a little bit weird. So just as a side note, if you drop a player, you are allowed to pause the game. The pauses might be a little bit annoying, at least for the people that watch it live, not on YouTube, but still. Okay, so we have Brightwing dropping out of the game for just a second. I suppose that reconnecting is not going to be too big of a problem unless he completely lost electricity or internet. Or something like that. But yeah, we got a Fellflame build for Gul'dan. Probably should point that out real quickly before we continue. So with the 5 stacks here to the pursuit of Flame. One other point also to make is that the blue team already took their own camp. So they're already looking down here at the bottom of the map in an attempt to take another Khazra camp. But this one hasn't even been started. So the red team is currently trailing it behind in camp control. And that could well end to be a problem, because if they lose only two, well, if they lose 2 camps and they take their own, then it's fine, but it's also a question of how often can you do that and when can you take the next camp. So with Mindtalk pushing now the mid lane, they are caught in this weird spot where they can't really use time on one of the camps, because if they do that, then this camp is likely going to get some structural damage in here, but you also don't want to give your opponent the camp down at the bottom. So normally what you have at the 1 minute mark or shortly after, teams make plays for these camps right away. And if you don't go for your own camp, then the alternative is that you either invade your opponent or you're going down to the bottom, you're trying to steal this one. They did neither. So that definitely sets them back a little bit, and we'll have to find out if they can probably compensate for that, or if this is going to become a problem later on the road for objective number 1 or objective number 2. And we're back, everybody. So, Brightwing is back to business. I'm not 100% certain what happened, but apparently Guilty Spark's internet went down. I'm not sure for whatever reason, but apparently he switched now to his phone data and is just simply using the phone internet. And that's something that a lot of people already did. Obviously, yeah, Gul'dan already dead. Okay, goodbye. Nano the first one to fall. But yeah, it depends heavily on where exactly you live, what kind of area you live in, and how expensive that is. But HOTS in general doesn't really take all that much data while you're playing, so that means that it's definitely feasible. And I know quite a few people from Sweden and some other countries that did it in the past when they had issues with their internet. So it's not really as uncommon as you might at first think, but still always a bit interesting to me, especially since when I heard it for the first time, I was like, wait, what, really? But yeah, seems to be working. Now, either way, we got the first kill. Gul'dan is dead, and it's time to party. And I mean, let's be honest, ever since we all had the Rona, the 5G reception is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that allows you to play HOTS without a problem at all. Just for that alone, the shot was totally worth it. So yeah, it's beautiful. Since then, I had zero connection problems anymore. And yeah. I mean, every now and then I wake up in the middle of the night naked on the street and running around screaming, I love Bill Gates, I love Bill Gates, I love Bill Gates. But still, some side effects have to be expected. And it's a small price to pay. So yeah. Okay, so back into the fight. All bullshit aside, we have now the first objective up on the map. And it's time for a couple of stacks here. See which team gets the first ones towards the Punisher and can lock that in. Maybe they can even get a quick kill here. Mocek is in trouble. Pharaoh's on. And goodbye, Cassia. No fucking way. Cassia is alive, and instead we have Tyrael dying. Gets the explosion value, but that wasn't enough. So good move by the red team. I have no idea how they actually managed to do that. So Brightwing apparently able to still help out Cassia as she was about to fall. But right now we got 1 kill against the kill. We got level 7 for both teams. Tyrael is back to business. We still got the side laners sitting there doing their thing, getting the teams enough XP for the talent. But now it's Malthael who arrives a little bit quicker than Hogger does. And Hogger is still sitting in the middle of the map here. So they're fighting a 4 versus 5 right now. They might have a tiny lead in stacks towards the first Punisher, but they're gonna start losing out here if they cannot bring Hogger up. And he's on his way now, but they're starting to fall behind a bit. So yeah, anyone is already sitting tight. Here comes Casper, 5 versus 5, finally once again. Oh, nearly getting the kill on Tyrael. And Mindtalk missing the jet propulsion. He was a bit too far away and finds himself immediately in trouble. The shields are there, the fish is dead. Tries to get some value with the explosion on Mocek and get some damage and reduction. But it's not going to be enough to win them the objective, I think. But the kill on Jojo might just be. They're losing Baby Houdini too, though. So yeah, blow for blow. And Mindtalk, I mean, I think he was taking a couple too many shots earlier. He's been apparently celebrating that victory over the Bang Bush very hard. That's the second or third jet propulsion in a row now that he's missing. And that is hurting them. 3 kills to 2. Team Copium with a Punisher. And there it is. Gul'dan is a little bit all over the place, by the way, with this build. When I saw the initial pick into the Pursuit of Flame, I was like, alright, fine, Fell Flame build. But now he went into Health Funnel on level 4 and Hunger for Power on level 7. I mean, the sound that you hear is Menes screaming on the top of his lungs as he tuned in quickly and sees that build. So, level 7, Swift Retribution for Tyrael. And we now have also, at the bottom of the map, an approach for Baby Houdini, who is not dumb enough to move out here and was like, yeah, I'm gonna play this one safe. So, we got level 10, ready for Team Copium. There's the Horrify. And this is really the moment when you're on the blue team, you're not gonna make a move for anything. You're just sitting tight and you're gonna be like, alright boys, let's just wait this one out. Brightwing hasn't made a move yet, but that should still be a blink heal. Why would you go full hallucination plays on this one? For what reason? I don't see it. But, well, they got the Sanctification here. Okay. They're going for Ana, Horrify, and bye-bye Granny. Yep, Ana is dead, arrows being used now as well. So everybody with the exception of Brightwing has picked the ult. Malthael has, by the way, as expected, Malthael has gone into the Tormented Souls, so that's where the Nano Boost is gonna go. Tormented Souls, Nano Boosted Malthael, and then of course in an ideal world, before the Horrify hits you, you want to make sure that there's a quick Sanctification coming from Tyrael too. That's the one problem that you have with that. If they're actually going Tormented Souls and then Nano Boost immediately, and you simply have a stun against him, or you have, let's say, a Horrify against him, you're not going to get anything out of those 2 cooldowns that you just burned. That's one of the reasons why in the past we've seen that double support combo where Uther is added to the mix. That was a nice arrow, by the way. Spot on, baby. And a kill on Cassia as a result. Brightwing is now also on the run, on the fly. And they're trying to get the hit on Guilty Spark. Can they? Jet propulsion. There we go. Mindtalk has been saving his good jet propulsions for exactly that moment. And now we got 5-4. Sweet. Nicely done. So they got 5 kills to 4. And only... I mean, Only a few of those boys survived that glass encounter. And with that, we now have still, in the mid lane, the aggression coming from Hanzo. This is the moment where you hope for Sylvanas. Ah, good dodge. The fish saw that one coming from a mile away, and even Hanzo is jumping out. Oh boy, those cooldowns did not do well for them. They just burned a lot of the cooldowns, and Brightwing is a bot again. So apparently they're deciding to play with the bot at this point in time, not even pausing the game. I mean, they must have realized what's going on there. Yeah, that's unfortunate, of course. Brightwing being a bot again, maybe he can recover connection, but that is now really unfortunate. And I think Copium has already mentioned during the last break that, yeah, it's already too late into the game, so if they have to play with the bot, they will, and then play with a sub-player on the next one. So at this point, it's just fingers crossed. And Guilty Spark is back. So he is actually back. They're going to do the best they can here and just hope that connection is stable enough. But of course, it is a bit challenging for them right now. Definitely affecting their voice as well. And if you can't properly communicate with people in such a important game, then yeah, it's tricky. Bit of a shame, honestly, but let's see what they can pull off now. They have at least their player back, so there's that. And Hogga is just ping-ponging around like usual and is getting them a very early lead here too. So the blue team, they are moving in with 5 and they're just like, yeah, we have a little bit of a problem, don't we? They're losing another Punisher. They have finally 5 kills to 4, but Hogga is just doing Hogga things and now they gotta defend again. So that was annoying to say the least for them, I suppose. But okay, here's the jump. They're starting to move in for it. Brightwing is still part of the game. Good for them. So yeah, they have 28,000 damage on Cassia, 35,000 on Hanzo. The defense is there, but with the Frozen Punisher, you can pretty much kiss that fort goodbye, especially since Khaldor is also getting a lot of damage in. Yeah, arrow. Oh, that's a bad one. Yeah, that one is still flying. Woo! Still flying, by the way. And the fight, yep, they get a kill. They get 2 kills. Did they get 3? Baby Houdini! 38 points! And he gets out. Nice. They got 2 kills and he made it out of the fight. Not bad. They still lost the fort though. So yeah, they lost the fort too. So unfortunate, I'd say. But either way, we got Casper now up at the top. Blue team still rocking it at the bottom of the map as they're getting more experience in. Obviously, getting a few kills was kind of neat, but at the same time, the problem is still that they're losing structures all over the place. The fort in the middle is gone, the fort at the top is on 50% HP. Brightwing is once again a bot. Somebody has to ping that one. Yeah, that fruit fly is not doing jack shit for them right now. And Modcheck goes down. No Brightwing, no win. They lack the support at this point. Guilty Spark is back to business, so he's reconnecting over and over again, but you can't call that a stable connection. So Cassia is gone. 8 kills to 4 now. And Inting for Ruby, they better make this one count. Can you imagine now losing the game to a team that is playing half the time with a bot? Yeah, that's a bit nasty. So they're moving into the middle. To the bot lane, sorry. And try to take the next wall down. Level 16 talents are giving them a pretty big lead already. Now, by the way, we also got the level 13 talent for Malthael. Let's not forget about that. I talked earlier a bit about how you have to be really careful once you pop Tormented Souls and got nano boosted. But with the inevitable end, you can still outplay that a bit. If that Blessed Shield is coming, if you see the Horrify coming, you can always pop that quickly and really help yourself to sustain this a bit more. Brightwing making a couple of moves here. Moving in with the level 16 talents on both sides now. Alright, the arrow. Those arrows, by the way. Ooh, big ones. Last 2. And here we go again. They're coming in for the fight. They take Hanzo down. They take Tyrael down. Easy double kill. But we still have Malthael and he gets Cassia. Malthael with a Cassia kill. They lock him in into range, but another one bites the dust as Jojo falls. Malthael doesn't make it either though, so they at least bring a few of those kills back, but I don't think they can do too much here. A little bit more fell synergy for Gul'dan after level 13 and 16. Mindtalk is making his way out of this one. 10 kills to 7, but it is an absolute bloodbath over here. Inting for Ruby, they were able to get a few kills after they initially lost Tyrael and Hanzo in the fight. Tyrael never being able to get his Sanctification popped off here, so that's a problem. Galna Gulnar is also on the run. And we are headed for the next objective. So as it stands, it's still a structural advantage for the red team. Team Copium. They're coping as hard as they can. But we got level 17 for both teams now. And this is honestly a moment where Inting for Ruby has to finally make a bit of a play. They lost 2 Punishers already. They can't really afford to lose another one. It would cost them the fort for sure, and probably more than that. So as it stands, we have everybody back to business with ult. Especially Tormented Souls is back up. So they can go and unleash the full combo on the opponent, especially if they're popping the Sanctification too. But Hogga is just spinning around. Hogga is going for the full spin to win. But he gets also caught in the corner, and that's a problem. And Hogga is getting killed, and Brightwing is about to die. Or can they somehow save Guilty Spark? They can! Wow! Yeah, that looked like a dead fruit fly to me. Horrify, not connecting properly with Blaze, so they might have gotten a kill here. Gets turned into a fucking crab in the middle of the jet propulsion, but they are still going for mod check, and they get Cassia. 12 kills to 7. They got the double kill, and now they finally have control over the shrine. All the ult guts popped in the last one, but this could have been so much worse. If Brightwing doesn't hit Blaze as he's moving in for the stun, that could have been such an utter disaster. They could have lost at least 2-3 of them. They were all clustered in the same area. That stun hits them. It's an insane damage output that we're going to get. So right now, 16 talents for both teams still. We're waiting for level 20. And we have at the same time also the 56,000 damage now for Hanzo, 55,000 for Cassia, so the two of them fighting for the battle for the top position. But I guess we're gonna get at least one fort now dropped on the red team side, since Inting for Ruby is moving in heavily. They want those kills. Holy Ground gets popped, yep. And level 20 is so close right now. Yeah, they're already baiting this very deep. But the fort is still falling. Now, the defense is happening. Stun comes through. They would love to at least open that gate and maybe the side lane here. Yeah, Punisher still provides them with a bit of vision, but should probably not overstay their welcome. Level 20 or no level 20, doesn't really matter there anymore. Bit of a battle in the middle of the map also, as Baby Houdini seems to be making a play for Casper. But they're rotating over. They, of course, are going to try and exploit those Storm Talents, even if it's only... Sleep that doesn't do anything here. Even if it's only for a camp or two, that's already all that you gotta do here. Oh, Mind Talk. Sanctification is out. Yeah, had to YOLO the ult here, since Mind Talk seemed to be in trouble. Meh. Fucking goats there, whatever. So, yeah. We got level 20 Brightwing. It is a fruit fly again. Guilty Spark is having some real trouble. I'm not quite sure what happened with this actual internet, if it really just dropped or if it's something that is fixable during the break. But they are still fighting tooth and nail here. And Brightwing is at least with the team. Brightwing with the team. The arrow hits Gul'dan. Jet propulsion gets stopped. They're trying to get these kills, but currently they can't. And Brightwing is a little bit low, but still helping. As far as bots go, Brightwing is another jet propulsion that misses. And we have the level 20, so now they can try and play around it. The fruit fly is dead. Here comes the Tormented Souls. Cassia is down, and they're getting all murdered here. They're getting all murdered. If he gets a connect here, Nano, then it's going to be a full 5-man wipe. And where the hell are they going? Are they trying to go to the top lane? That is wild. Straight through the forts for the keep. They don't even bother with a wall. They're just coming in and fuck it, and they're going for it. If they go for core... No, okay, there is a defense. I was for a moment really thinking that Copium just told them, listen guys, can you just end? We get a sub for the next game, but this is pointless. Maybe they did. I don't know, but they want to go for it. And Blaze just commits Sudoku and dies. So I have no idea what's going on right now, but it seems like we get another kill. Tyrael is dead too. By the way, you can't attack that core if you don't take those keeps. So now Galna Gulnar is nearly dead. What the hell was that? They lose Blaze and they lose Tyrael. They at least get the keep, I guess. And they can do still some damage here in the middle. But hello, Malthael? Yeah, I know that you want that fort, but you guys are overdoing it a little bit right now. Guilty Spark is back to business. But that was very confusing. That was a very, very confusing situation here. And now we have the shrine coming up in another 20 seconds, and they just will be able to come back on the map with it. So, okay, they get the camp. What about this one? 19 seconds? Yeah, I'm sorry, you won't be able to take this. So the core might be under pressure by catapults. I mean, scratch the might. It will be. It will be. Unless they're sending somebody back to deal with it, it will be. I honestly don't understand why this wasn't pushed back. This needed to be pushed back. This is going to do damage. But I guess they want to go for the objective and then just YOLO it for the core and see what they can do here. It's the only explanation that I can come up with. Because the top lane is going to be in real trouble in just a minute or so. But Hawkeye is pogging hard. 20 versus 20 right now. We got a 5 versus 5 and the ults are all up. But the top lane is going to be a real disaster soon. There's the play. Stun into stun, and what a massacre. It was Brightwing was a bot again, by the way. But I'm not sure if it would have changed anything. Once that jet propulsion connects like it did, they're in trouble and they know it too. Casper is caught and gets killed, and now they're going to go to the top lane again. This time taking the fort in the mid lane out on their way there. Yeah, the catapults are not going to be on the core. Nano's going to stop them, but it doesn't change anything. Yes, Sanctification has already been used, but you now have a single defender against 5 heroes. They are fully committing towards the core, and the Tyrion explode. Okay, scratch the defender. Nobody, everybody's dead. 5-man wipe at the end of the day after all. A bit of a scrappy game number 1, and unfortunately for the red team, Brightwing with big disconnect problems here. Copium loses on Infernal Shrines as Inting for Ruby locks in a victory on the first map in the semi-final here. GG, well played, and here it is, the win for Inting for Ruby on Infernal. They take the lead in the best of 3 series against Team Copium.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Tomb of the Spider Queen. Well, we got a sub now for the red team. They have Meg Giblets, who's subbing in for them in the second game of the series here in the semifinal. It was also kind of funny because during the game, or during the break, we had Mindtalk come into the Twitch and talk a little bit about it, and he was like, yeah, those fish core calls, and I was just like, wait a second, was that supposed to be a core call? That looked like a keep call initially, but apparently they really wanted with the first approach to go for the call, and he kind of shit-talked his leader a little bit, so he said like, well, first he forgot to double-check for mana and sanctification, which he didn't have, and then apparently he also forgot to double-check for actual structure damage on their team composition, so the fish got a little bit excited there, and it didn't really work out as we could see. They lost Blaze and they lost Tyrael, but again they took the keep and they were also able to then later on win the game. Now obviously it was a bit of a shame that the Brightwing player had some problems, but at a certain point when you pause the game multiple times and so on and so forth, if there is no solution in sight, then you just gotta continue. That's just what it is. So now for map number 2 they come in with sub, and we have a full ban bonanza on supports, or main tanks, depending on how you're looking at Uther, right? So the fish is not going to get his Uther pick here, and Anna is eliminated too, shutting down any Malthael nano boost composition. They're still banning out Mephisto against the red team because of mod check. We could still see the early Hanzo pick. I mean, you have 2 players that are really solid on Hanzo now, so if you want him, then you gotta answer the question, is he a priority enough for you to pick him first? And apparently the answer is yes. I was just about to say, probably not, probably it's gonna be Jojo, Blaze, something with wave clear, like real wave clear, but Hanzo is still good here. He gives you vision, he gives you interrupt potential, so there's plenty. But yeah, didn't necessarily think that they would really follow through with the first pick on him. It's Nano who goes for it now. Budget Bishops is at it again. And here come the 2 heroes that I just mentioned a second ago. We get Blaze, we get Johanna. Wave clear, baby! Yep, that's plenty of that. Also some decent interrupts, of course. Johanna comes in with a flashlight. Ding! Goes for the quick interrupt. Get that shield clear in the house. So, next double pick. 3 supports are banned, limiting the pool slightly. And there is a Brightwing. Yeah, that Brightwing bot impressed them so much, they took it again immediately. So, yeah. What are we getting for our last couple of bans on the other hand? What do they want to get rid of? Are they afraid there might be... I mean, you could always put Hanzo over into the hands of Modcheck, but yeah, maybe ban out the tanks, and that's what they do. They ban Diablo. Target the front line a little bit with this. Carrigan could be banned again. Yes, there is no Uther, but still. Carrigan is a hero that Minotaur still likes to play. Then again, talked about Maiev a little bit too, but Carrigan is something that Minotaur really, really loves to go for. And they have a lot of stuns already, so that would play right into that. And Junkrat gets banned instead of Carrigan. I mean, for good reason. Still great. But now there's the chance to go for your Carrigan pick. So if you want to make it happen, here's the opportunity. Stun, 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 stun. Frustrate people to no end while they're trying to play the game and can't move their hero. And what's going to be the support? Anduin Carrigan? Anduin Chromie! And still with a Carrigan option there towards the end. Okay, so... Chromie for... Yeah, if you get a stun connect like this and then Chromie comes in with all the damage in the world, whoo! So yeah, are we gonna get the big Carrigan plays this time? And what is the red team gonna do now? Copium has struggled. I mean, they're down one map now. Inting for Ruby took Infernal Shrines. Now we have Tomb of the Spider Queen, and the final two picks for the red team are Stitches and Tacita! Alright, it's gonna be a lot of walls there. Oh yeah. And Mind Talk, is it the Carrigan? Come on, we got a Protoss on the other side. You gotta go for it. Show that dirty Protoss how it's done. Bust out the Zerg, bust out Carrigan. We got a Terran already on their side. This is the moment. What else is he gonna play? Mind Talk, game number 2, Tomb of the Spider Queen, final pick. It's Jimmy! Called it! Not really. Nope. Yeah, so we got Blaze and we got Jimmy, we got the Fire Bat and the Marine in the house trying to deal with the Protoss over here. Okay. Bit unexpected. I'll take it. Tomb of Spider Queen, second map in the series. Let's see. Can Inting for Ruby move on to the grand final? Or are we gonna head for third map in the series? Inting for Ruby with Galgulnar playing Anduin. We got Mind Talk on Jimmy, Fish on Jojo, Bloodcool on Chromie, and Baby Houdini on Blaze. Did he just misspell that? Do you just misspell blood and you go for blood? Like, what is that? Either way. Right side of the map, Copium on, is playing with Casper on Leo. We got McGiblets, the sub on Brightwing. Mod check on Tacita, anyone on Stitches, and Nano is playing Hanzo. So, what can we expect from this game? I mean, first of all, we can expect Jimmy and Blaze trying to go for the dirty Protoss over there. Then at the same time, when we're looking towards Tacita, you know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to build that wall. It's going to be tremendous. It's a big wall. And I'm going to make the Terrans pay for it. So, yeah. He's going to build that wall whenever he can. There it is already. What a beautiful wall. Tremendous. And of course, he's going to try and make Jimmy and Blaze pay for that. Those dirty Protoss over there. Yeah. The Terrans are going to try to show them who's boss. I personally opted for the Zerg. I thought he would go straight Carrigan on them, but he didn't. Either way. Oh, there's a kill. Hanzo. All right, my friend. He's down already. That was a quick kill here. Hanzo down. The 1 minute mark hasn't even popped yet. Yeah, it was a Johann Lauber move if I've ever seen one. But okay, 1 kill to 0. With that, we now got also Modcheck moving back over. It's kind of sad that they didn't get Diablo, because the cool thing if you're going for Tacita and Diablo is that as soon as Tacita throws the wall out, Diablo has another obstacle that he can stun somebody into. But haven't seen any of that. Or won't see any of that in the game here. Could have seen the same thing also with Leo, so you have a lot of walls that Diablo can use. One of the reasons why he got banned, of course. Siege Giants are already claimed, blue team is able to get that, so they're off to a good start. They get a kill, they get the Siege Giants, and they can make their plays there. Whereas up towards the top, we already got our, well, we got our entire thingy. By the way, not going... it's always a little bit sad to me. I mean, again, I get it. You have Patchwork Creation. It's a fantastic talent. It's obviously amazing. But every time that we're playing on a map like Tomb of the Spider Queen, I find it a bit sad that nobody goes for Hungry for more. Just because there's so many globes to be had here that if you are diligent about it, you end up with such an insane hit point pool in the later stages. And it synergizes so well with your Devour. But as mentioned, Patchwork Creation is just a great talent to have. So, yeah. But it's just a shame. It feels like this is one of those talents that should be good enough that on certain maps like this one, where globes are very easy to get, that they will influence the build a little bit, but there's just not enough here. Either way, we got for Jimmy in regards to his build on level 1, the Exterminator, and we got the Fight or Flight here. And look at that little ring around the rosy play there. Oh yeah, coming in and getting the hits. So he's doing the work, locking the camps in for them. Chromie in the meantime is of course playing around the Dragon's Breath. They got up at the top. Bit of protection on the turn-in point. Both of the teams are still trying to make sure that they're not losing out on the turn-in game. And we haven't had a single gem turned in yet. So not even one. Both teams still hold all of them. But the camps are now both en route. And the fish with 28 gems. Yep. Able to turn that in. First one. And they go for Leo. And that should be a kill. Leo goes down and activates his trade. So that's an easy turn in at the bot lane now. Or at least so I thought, up to the point where Hanzo appeared very quickly and Leo is providing vision. So I guess they can interrupt it still if they want to. But the wall is still taking a bit of damage here, so they're going to take this one down. At least most of it. And a bit of work done here in the middle. But can they get the turn in? The hook, and wow, they save him with the jet propulsion. Mind Talk nearly gets Hanzo, but is able to get away here. Baby Houdini, on the other hand, he falls, and I'm not sure if that trade was worth it. The answer is honestly no, because if they lose Jimmy, then yeah, he dies, but they don't lose any gems. Now they lost a fair amount of gems on their side laner, so that sucks a little bit. That was a great trade for Team Copium. They aimed for Jimmy, and then they all of a sudden saw that they have a chance to take place down. They're like, well, if you insist, we'll take that kill too. So they are all of a sudden ahead in the gem game, and they are going for the first Webweaver wave. Red Webweavers are going to make an approach here. And, well, as it stands, this could be the lead for Copium in this second game. And, of course, they play with us up now. So, right now, here's their chance to force game number 3. Will be pretty impressive. They can pull it off with the sub player. We have Cyanic Echo now in. And we also get the Dragon Hungers. And here come the Webweavers. With the defense up at the top, Chromie going for the Temporal Loop. Jimmy wants to get a bit closer to the action because he's the one with the Exterminator here, but they keep him away as best they can. Look at him, he can't really get close to anything, but finally he's getting those auto attacks worked in, and that allows them to burn this one down within seconds. So Johanna is already sitting in the middle, down to the bottom of the map it's Blaze. Both of them trying to get this annihilated as quickly as possible, and at least Baby Houdini is doing a very good job here at the bot lane. And now that Jimmy is closing in, yeah, he can take that down easy. Easy kills. Jimmy goes brrr, and the Webweaver goes down. And Baby Houdini, not even close. Calculated, baby. Oh, yes. I like that one. That one was pretty cool. I did not think that he could walk away from this one. But yeah, that was sweet. So, either way, we got 2 kills to 1. Both of the teams still working on level 10. Not a single fort has been destroyed, but the one in the mid lane has at least taken some damage. Another hook! And that wall came in a bit too late. If you want to play that wall so that they can't get away from you, then you have to place this a bit more aggressively. But yeah, so level 10 will hit any second. And then we're gonna get our first ults. And maybe a turn for the blue team. So they go for the light bomb. They got the blessed shield. And talking about turn-ins, for a moment I believed that the red team was trying to turn in, but yeah, not so much. Instead, we got Jimmy using all of his level 1s to get the value at the bottom of the map and get the Webweavers for the team. Careful, bro. Like, he has Gorge now. You don't want to run straight into Stitches just as he moves past here. Apparently, they were just trying to path the way for the Webweavers. The fish now with the turn-in attempt. Yeah, Archon is already used. Mind Talk is still fine. Dodged out on the hook as well. Gets fully hit, but is still saved by Anduin. That was a bit of a weird one, honestly. Anduin gets caught. Yeah, there's the bunker, and they should easily be able to escape from this, and instead Leo falls. Bit of a wanky fight. I mean, that one was iffy, to say the least. Yeah, Chromie gets now gobbled up, and that is also not going to do anything for them. Chromie with the temporal loop already. Maybe even a bit early here. Chromie! And she gets saved! What? And Stitches is low and is likely gonna fall. They should get multiple kills here. Brightwing goes down. They go for Stitches. There's no way he makes it. There's the stun. That's a kill. Mochik is still alive. Like, what a weird fight. I mean, that one was all over the place. Hooks, Anduin pulls. Like, what the hell? The Gorge there towards the end. And now they're going for the fort. They haven't even gotten the turn in. Well, they got the turn in, but they don't have the web weavers on the ground. But that was just so crazy. And now Tacita dies to Chromie. What a weird team fight. Insanely scrappy, but kind of fun too. 7 kills to 1 all of a sudden. And now they're moving in with a level 13 talent advantage. I don't even know what to say to that last fight. That thing was all over the place. Now Brightwing is dead. I don't even know what Brightwing was there. This, I mean, what? Like, these fights open up so many questions. I'm just sitting there like, what's happening? What's going on? This is crazy. And I'm not sure it's the good kind. Okay, so now they're getting a bit more damage in against structures, but Minotaur just YOLOing out his ult. I mean, whatever. There's the hook. There's the Gorge. Is that going to do anything for them? I doubt it. He's still going to get away from that. Anduin doesn't even have to pull. So now one foot of the bot lane down, the foot of the mid lane down, the foot of the top lane falls. 8 kills to 1. 13 is there. It's crazy. A hook, the fish with a light bulb, and Chromie with the big damage. Brightwing is dead as well. So is Stitches. They have 11 kills to 1 all of a sudden. And they don't even know what to attack yet. Everybody is... I don't even know if they're listening to Fish this time. After, apparently in the last game, he put them on a little bit of a wild goose chase on the keep and the core. I'm not sure if they want to go for it, so I would assume it's a boss call. But we're not there yet. Brightwing is back, so is Stitches, and yes, they're just going to go for the boss. They're not even trying to hide it. They're just like, yep, we got Jimmy. He's going to go brrrr, and then the boss is going to die. And as I say it, they just turn away from it and instead go for another turn-in. Could have done both, I suppose. But yeah, 23,000 for Chromie. 21,000 for Jimmy and 24,000 for Tacita. Alright. Yeah. Camp is about to be claimed. But the turn-in is happening. Chromie solidifies it, and now they can make the play right here. Fighting into this, I'm not so sure about that. Yeah, bunker is already up. They go for Anduin. Yeah. Gorge, and then that little play. Not sure if that was the best that they executed today, but they're still getting the Anduin kill, so good for them. Was maybe a little bit wild what they sacrificed for it, but they got it after all. That arrow was flying deep though, and now Minotaur is also about to die. Yep, they got already a kill on Jojo, and now they're going for Minotaur. And I ask you, was it worth it to go for that fight just where the camp is, fighting the camp and the heroes, and at the same time also dealing with the aura? Watch Hanzo, by the way, in that little replay. Was it really worth it? Here's the Entomb! And there's the arrow. Bing! After the Gorge. Yeah, coordination looks different. So the Web Weavers are defeated for free. And yeah, 3 kills to 12. Getting a little bit too greedy. Somebody just thought, alright boys, we're on a roll, let's move. Didn't work out for them. But instead they're now going for the boss. And that can work out! Because you got Jimmy with Exterminator. Look at this, they're melting the hit points of this thing, like, away. Might have been able to do that even earlier, but they decided against it. No, they wanted to suicide into the opponent's camp approach. So now the boss just gets murdered within half a second. They got, of course, also the level 16 lead, so that gives them a bit of an edge here. No Paint Them Red, Rallying Cry instead, and we got the Glyph of Faith. And here comes the push at the top. The Web Weavers didn't do anything. Not really. So instead they're like, alright boys, let's do something topside, take that boss, and just claim the keep. Go for it. 11 minutes into the game, and here we are. Yeah, that keep is gone. 100%. Is it another core call? There's the hook, there's the Gorge, Blessed Shield to stop him. Yeah, they're trying to save the Chrome Star, and they do. The arrow connects with Baby Houdini, and he has to bunker up just as the Entomb comes out. If they can get a kill here, they might even be going for the core, but the boss is too weak. It's not strong enough. Thanks to the Hyperion, they got also some damage in on the keep in the mid lane. Yeah, and they're just moving out. Boss not strong enough to take the shield down. Got close. Bit of damage to the keep here too. 38 gems, so they should probably turn those in. And yeah, both teams do. So it signifies pretty much how many gems were lost to the red team over the course of all of this. But yeah, level 16 any second now for Team Copium. And there it is. The Royal Focus. And even more important, Pulverize. Okay. So they got a little bit more control here. Turn-ins are happening from both sides now. And those hooks are, of course, now getting a lot more dangerous after level 13 was hit and therefore the passive. Yeah. Get that hook, get that stun. But they are pushing for the middle now. And they also get their turn-ins. So they're looking for kills. And Chromie has a level 20. Could potentially use that. Big hook on Chromie. There it is. Can they stop them somehow? The body blocks are there. Light bomb as well. This time Hanzo's arrow connects, but Chromie is still safe and sound. And Leo is dead. Leo is down and big stuns all over the place. Woo. That one hurt. And now they're going for mod check, and that could be game. Yeah, they go for the core. Here's a quick replay of that fight. Check that one out. That one was wild. There was a nice back and forth there as well. Especially as Chromie was saved and then the jet propulsion of Blaze just murdered them. And now the shield is gone. They go for the core. It seems like we have Inting for Ruby moving on to the grand final as they are taking down Copium on Tomb of the Spider Queen. They're sending the red team to the third place decider as they move on to face off against Oxygen Esports in the grand final.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.